G'day everyone, hope you're all well. I just unboxed this brand new Eko, what is it? Is it a Camaro? I think this model is. Camaro, kind of not quite a Jazzmaster, but offset, kind of funky style guitar. I'll do a sweep over shot for you so you can kind of see what it is. And I just wanted to basically just go over what I've noticed straight out of the box that kind of needs to be addressed. To give it some context, this was $199. It was on sale down from $399. And there are a few flaws that I think do need to be addressed on this sort of guitar. So I'll do a quick overview and then I'm going to switch the camera around and point out some of the issues with the unboxing that I've noticed first up. After that, I'll tune it up, give it a quick play, first thoughts and impressions on how it plays. And then I will set it up kind of to how I like it, and we'll go from there and see what this is like as a proper, nice setup guitar as a budget option for something a bit different. So here is the Eko Camaro close up. First impressions are it's a really funky, unique looking guitar, especially for a budget option. As you can see, it's a nice offset shaped body. It's got a beautiful sparkle finish, or so it seems. Two P90s, matching headstock. Looks all good on paper. There are a few issues though that I did want to go through before I have a play and before I set it up and give it a real test, basically. First things first is it might be a bit tricky to see, but the sparkle finish is a bit disappointing. Essentially, it's a blue metallic finish with random flecks throughout. Compare that to my Ibanez Talman sparkle finish, which is a much more heavy sparkle, I guess you would call it. This guitar has a lot more sparkle flecks kind of in the finish compared to this one. This one's looking a bit sparse, I would say. So that's the first thing that stood out, is the finish is not as impressive as I was hoping for compared to my sparkly Ibanez guitar. A few other things you might be able to see. Yes, you can see above, this tuner here, there's kind of some buff marks in the finish, which is not good. I do think they will just rub off, but it's not ideal out of the box. There's also a flaw in the finish you can see under the 1959 logo there. What else have we got? Oh yes, let me flip this around quickly. You might be able to see just there you go. There's quite a big dent. It looks small, but it's quite deep, quite a big scratch or dent in just at the neck heel there, which isn't ideal. Speaking of the neck, up here around the 5th fret, focus, focus, focus. There you go. You can see there's some blue finish there, as well as some sparkle. I don't know how it got all the way there, but that's not ideal either. There's a really nasty scratch there just by the strap pin that you might be able to see if I can get it in the right light. It's about that big. Yeah, that's a really bad, nasty scratch straight out of the box. There's also some general, you might not be able to see it on camera, but there's also some general just black specks in the finish, which kind of makes it look a bit funny. It looks like a bit of glue that got caught under the finish or something. Yeah, there you go. You might be able to see one there. There's a few around there, actually. So, yeah, to be honest, first impressions, just looking at the condition out of the box, I'm not super impressed with Eko guitars at the moment, but there is hope. It might play great and it might sound great, which is what really matters. Oh, and the other thing is the fretboard is really dark and streaky and dry. It looks like black, almost ebony, but I do believe it's rosewood. I'll correct myself if it is in fact ebony. Okay, so first thoughts, just giving it a little play out of the box. I haven't plugged it in yet, but in terms of how it plays, it's not fantastic. The action's a little high, and I do prefer a higher action, so that says a lot. The neck feels fine. It just feels fine. The fretwork actually feels not bad. The tuners felt absolutely dreadful. Like, it's the worst tuners I've ever felt on a guitar. I know it's a cheap guitar. I did buy this purely on a whim because it was 199 Australian dollars on sale. So I thought, for something this cool and unique, I can't go wrong. But yeah, I guess we'll find out, hey? I've only played one other Eko guitar, which was a Strat style guitar, which felt very similar to this, which was, you know, absolutely awful tuners. The neck was just fine. The frets were just fine. The action was a little high though. So we'll give it a setup and we'll plug it in and see how we go. I've also just noticed the dot inlays are absolutely awful. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the two dots, oh, let me bring it back. The two dots on the 12th fret are uneven to each other, which is just a bizarre thing to get wrong. But yeah, so far, so average. We'll see how we go. Okay, so there is hope for this guitar. Those pickups sounded fantastic. They had a really nice growl to them. They were nice and clean when I wanted it to be. And, you know, when I dug in a bit, it was getting nice and growly, you know, as any good P90 pickup should. That sound has actually really turned my opinion on this guitar quite a lot, in terms of first impressions anyway. So, you know, it had a lot of flaws, or it has a lot of flaws coming out of the box. It's not set up fantastic. I haven't tried the bridge yet. I might try the bridge just in a later video when I actually set it up properly. But man, those pickups sound incredible. So yeah, it's won a lot of points back in my mind just for the sound coming out of those pickups. I will set it up, put my gauge of strings on it, set it up to my action and specs and all that, then come at you with a proper video, because I think it's only fair to demo it in its best light, because if you can get it to its best light, then why wouldn't you? So why would I demo it when it's not in its best light? So anyway, guys, I will see you in that video, whenever that is, and stay safe until then.